Good morning. We are going to do the experiment on compression test. Here we have a specimen. This is the specimen, compression specimen. Uh, we are going to apply compressive load. Compressive load is a pushing load. Before going to the test, you need to measure the diameter of the specimen and length of the specimen, because if you take the aim of the experiment, you need to find out the modulus of elasticity, compressive strength of the material, and the third aim is percentage decrease in the length. So to find out the percentage decrease in the length, you need to consider the initial length, and after the test you need to find out the final length, so that you can find out the decrease in length. And increase in area, to find out the increase in area, you need to take the initial area of cross section by taking the diameter, and final area of cross section, because bulging takes place, so the diameter will be increased, so we can find out the increase in the diameter or increase in the area. And we need to study the stress strain curve or characteristics of stress strain curve for the material under compressive load. Now you come to the observations. Yeah, here we have a initial length. First we need to measure the initial length. So the initial length is initial length of the specimen. Initial length of the specimen is 30.02. Initial diameter, so it's around 20.02. Okay, next is vertical cross section area. You can find out by taking the initial diameter. The maximum load that will be taken from the display during the test. So after the test, we need to find out you need to measure the diameter, final length. On the basis of that, you can do the remaining calculation. Start. Now we'll keep the specimen on the table. You need to keep it exact at the center. Now this is the cross-side process moving in the downward direction, so the compression takes place. After keeping the specimen, now we will start the experiment. Here you need to open the software. It is there in the desktop. Fuel Instruments and Engineers Private Limited software is there. So here you need to go to File, New, and select compressive test, type of test. It's a compressive test. There are different types of tests are there. You can select a compressive test. Here we'll get a window. In that window you need to select a diameter, outer diameter we have already measured, that is 20.2, and gauge length as 30.2. So that is the given data. You can enter the data here, initial measurement. Okay. After that, you can go to save, click on save. Next, you go to, after entering the data, click on save and go to start test. From the main menu, you can go to start test. So it will show the graph, load versus displacement graph. Now here both the knobs, here we have hydraulic cross-head knob and hydraulic knob. The left one is a cross-head knob and the right one is a hydraulic knob. To apply the load, we will use a hydraulic knob. To move the cross-head, we will use this one. Here we have 4 buttons. 2 buttons, yellow buttons are for the cross-head, up and down motion, and we have hydraulic on and off button. First, both the valves are closed. Now both the valves are closed. If it is open, you just close it. Close it. After that, you switch on the hydraulic. And slowly open the hydraulic. Open the hydraulic, slowly open it and wait till the load becomes stable. See the display, load becomes stable and the displacement will become 0.1. Wait till the load becomes stable. Now it is fluctuating and displacement becomes 0.1. So switch off the hydraulic pump and close it. Now you can go to the display. Here we have a tare load and a reset. Click press tare load and reset. So all the values become 0. Now we can start the test. So now we can move the crosshead near to the specimen and start moving the crosshead with the help of this up and down button. Crosshead is moving. So wait, once it reaches to the specimen, you just keep a 2 or 3 millimeter distance. Okay. Now let us start the experiment. Now press the on, hydraulic on. Now slowly release the hydraulic valve to apply the load and take the reading for every 10 kilonewton load. Note on the displacement for every 10 kilonewton load. So the load will be in kilonewton and the displacement will be in millimeter. So for every 10 kilonewton load you need to take the reading, displacement. Okay. For 20 it is 0.2 displacement. Now for 30 it is 0.4. You see the display, you can see the load versus displacement graph. ಆಯ್ತಾ ಮಿಕ್ಸಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ 96ಗೆ ಡಿಸ್ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ಮೆಂಟ್ ಎಷ್ಟು 4.4 ಇತ್ತಲ್ಲ. ಒನ್ 20 ಹೇಳಿ ಅದು. Now we can start here at 250. So the maximum load will be 250 always. We cannot go beyond that because it is a compression test. So load will be gradually increasing. So you can stop it here. Okay, if you see the graph, we can see the yield point exactly at 90. Yeah, it is exactly at 96 kilonewton. Yeah, 96 kilonewton at the displacement of 1.3 millimeter. So that you need to note down, yield point. So the curve or the load will be dropped at that point or be stable. That after the test, we'll remove the specimen and find out the final length. Final length as 22.6. So you can write the final length as 22.6. Next, final diameter, df. The final diameter, it is 23.5. Now we can calculate the final area of cross section. That is 34.48, and the next one is the percentage decrease in the length, initial length minus final length divided by initial length or original length. So that will be 25.16%. Next is the percentage increase in area, the final area minus initial area divided by initial area, that is 35.47%. So next is the compressive strength. Compressive strength is equal to maximum load divided by initial area of cross section. That is the maximum load is 250 kilonewton, that we have noted, the maximum load. So the answer for the compressive strength is 0.78 kilonewton per millimeter square. Next is stress strain curve. You need to find out the Young's modulus of a given material. To find out the Young's modulus, you need to draw the stress strain curve. So this is the table where they have noted the reading for load for each 10 kilonewton load. They have noted the deformation in millimeter. Now we can calculate the stress. Stress is equal to load by initial area of cross section. So we can calculate it and we can write it, the stress column. Next, the strain is the displacement divided by the deformation divided by initial length, or change in length divided by initial length. Change in length is this one, and initial length is 20. Yeah, initial length is 30.2. So divide all the values of deformation by 30.2. So we'll get the strain. Now we can draw the stress strain curve. Here we have drawn the stress strain curve. So the curve will be like this. Along y-axis it is stress and x-axis it is strain. You can take the proper scale and draw the stress strain curve. Here you can clearly see the yield point. This is the yield point, and you can take the slope at the straight line region below the yield point. The slope will be stress by strain. So that itself is a Young's modulus. So we'll calculate the Young's modulus by taking a slope. Slope itself is a Young's modulus. So that is the end of the experiment. Thank you.